bend your back and shift around, then you pull it back. Life's hard, you know. So strike a pose on a Cadillac. If you wanna find all the cops, they're hanging out in the donut shop. They sing and dance. They spin the club's coolers down the block. All the Japanese with they and the party boys call the creme brulee. And the Chinese know. They're walking like an Egyptian. Cops in the donut shop say. Walk like an Egyptian. Walk like an Egyptian. Wish I knew you like you know yourself. Be the one to save you from your hell. Round and around and around in your head. There's eyes in the hallway, a ghost in your bed. Nothing can stop you. You said what you said. What you thinking about? What you thinking about? Lately
across old Queensland history. From volcanic peaks to gold rush trails, forgotten towns and railway tales. Come explore Australia's past with T-Rocks.
Hi, everybody. Great to see you. Let's put the chat up. I can hear Mum already. Where's the chat? She says she doesn't make that noise. That's silly. Anyway, there's the chat. Let's get that centered. That's a little bit goopy there. Have I got that locked? No, I haven't got it locked. Why can't I move it? There we are. Sorry about that, folks. Rightio, now, quite a few people in this chat, so I've got to say g'day. G'day, Brian. Hi, Karen. Hi, Eric. Sherlock Stone's you tonight, Eric. G'day, Luke. Ian. The band is, of course, what were you asking then? I think that was Sing It Live. At that time, Dallas, g'day, mate. Sorry, no warning this evening. We'll find you new tunes. G'day, Andrew. Good to see you, man. On Point Metal Detecting, new video out right now. You should go and see it. The old Helidon Baths Pool. Andrew's metal detecting up there. Andrew, you know why they closed that? Because it wasn't chlorinated. Guess what was in the water? Yuck. Anyway, that's why they closed it. Hi, Mintberry Crunch. I'll check one for the music has to not block. I mean, giving all the money for this stream tonight, all the $1 or something it makes me, to these musicians, I have no problem with. But if they block the stream, that's a showstopper, and some do. So I'll have a look, see what they do. If they don't block the stream, we're away. Hi, Paul. Hello. G'day, Paul. M-Boy. Good to see you. And did I miss it? I hope I didn't miss anyone. It's a big list tonight. G'day, Rob. Sorry, mate. How could I miss you? G'day, Rob. Yeah, I'll do something with that insurance. We'll talk about that a bit later, actually. Nathan, g'day. Getting there. Right, I think I've got everyone. If I missed anyone, I apologise. Hi, Mum. Can't forget that one. That's a biggie. G'day, Michael. G'day, Midori up there in Tokyo. Doing it tough in that town at the moment. We'll talk more about that. It's been yet another earthquake, of course. The band that did Walk on Egyptian is Sing It Live. The guy on the keyboard is a guy called Darren Mullen. Extremely talented man. You're absolutely right. He does a great Meatloaf. He's an amazing voice. But he also produces everything. He's pretty much the core of the band, although they're all very talented, as you can tell. The original band, the Bangles, my apologies. Yes, it was. There's a metal version of that coming up underneath the Egyptian part of the Amber video. So there you go. I couldn't play that one. It would probably get copyright blocked. Claimed. Anyway, not to worry. So there we are, folks. What are we going to talk about tonight? Well, been a big earthquake several actually, in Japan. Not exactly news, but this is a biggie. 7.1 is a big earthquake. I don't think it's 7.1. That's what the news is saying. It's probably closer to 7, 6.9, but, it's a big earthquake. It's knocked down a few walls, a tsunami alert. Well, it was inland. I'm not sure why there was a tsunami alert. But the Japanese know their potatoes when it comes to earthquakes, so they called the tsunami alert. It's quite a big earthquake. We'll have a look at that. What else have we got? Bit sad things this week. Steve, one of our mates, one of his friends passed away this week. He was ill for quite some time and all that, but, it's the same thing. And it's unfortunate when your hair gets this colour, it's funeral after funeral. Hopefully you might get a few weddings and a birth, which we had recently of our granddaughter, but, yeah, it's not great sometimes. I just get sick of it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to park this chat briefly because, unfortunately, I'll start the show on a downer. But, of course, we lost Bill a couple of days ago, Bill Oddie. And I know the age groups of a lot of the people in this chat. And, yes, a real goodie and an amazing man, a very talented man in many ways. We know him from the goodies. those who know him from Banana Man, because he was the Banana Man guy, and great tunes he wrote, etc. So yeah, that's a shame. But he was 80 something, and he's no longer with us. So there's only one goodie left now, Graham Garden. Graham was the youngest of them. I think he's in his early 80s. We lost Tim quite a few years ago, Tim Brooke Taylor. So there we go. Another one bites the dust. So we'll have a look around the live chat. We've got a couple of new liveys tonight. Have a brief talk about the Amber video, where that's at. We've got, as you've heard me yabber on about my geology walk of Brisbane for quite some time. I have been doing some work on it. Not very much, to be fair, but my knee hasn't been in walk 1.5, 2 kilometres mode for quite some time. We'll give it a go. But tonight we'll do a little virtual version of it for you. I'm going to show you where it's going to go and the key points we're going to look at along the way. And we're going to try something new in OBS. Ooh. Yeah, I think, Rob, because they shoved the goodies down our throat for about 20 years at ABC every afternoon. They must have got a good deal on it. But yeah, I like the way especially the first season, where they tackled all these just in ridiculous ways. You know, those who know. Anyway, there we go. So we're going to have a look at that. We've got Sherlock Stones. We've got some nice, very interesting rock from Eric, one of our regulars, and we'll have a look at that. Rob and I had a brief email exchange today about this tour thing and what we're going to do with that, so should be a bit of fun. We'll talk about that, and we'll basically run you through the tour from your lounge room for now. Oh, the young ones, mate, don't start. That was great. Was it great? Yes, it was. Yes, it was great. I liked it. It's a bit hard to watch now, though. But it's like some of those British comedies. You laughed your guts out at the time, but you watch them now and you go, what the hell did I used to laugh at? I have a great deal of problem watching Carry On movies nowadays. They're just not that funny, although Carry On Up the Khyber is pretty funny. A lot of them are just, recycled garbage. Same with the Doctor ones, Doctor at Large, Doctor this, Doctor that. Some of those are a bit crook. Rightio. Let's have a look at some of our stuff. The young ones, that clip they did with Cliff Richard singing Living Doll was just insanely good. Absolutely insanely good. Rightio, Brisbane Live. Where are we? What's to see tonight? Well, there is something to see tonight in Brisbane Live, which is probably worth noting. The Story Bridge is in blue and pink, I think, today for some reason. I must go to the website that explains what that does. But Sideshow Alley, we have the big drop or whatever it is up here. All the little sideshows are up. No Ferris wheel. I don't know. Are we going to get a Ferris wheel? Because this area is fairly heavily curtailed now. It's not that special anymore because there's one just over at South Bank. You can pay $60 and go on that. Ugh. The 7, Brisbane's Pathetic Wheel of Fortune. So the Sideshow Alley is just in here and it's being built. There's all little stands. It's a bit hard to see on this image because it's a fair way away, but it's a beautiful, beautiful night out there tonight. I thought it was going to be a bit clearer than that, but anyway, the weather is what the weather is. Tokyo. It was a bit cooler before. Gotta go that way. Oh, that way. I always get that wrong. 28 degrees at 7 o'clock at night. Amazing. Yeah, we used to watch Catweasel. I loved Catweasel. I thought that was a great show. Weirdly nice. So there we are, Tokyo, looking lovely. Sun's just setting, starting to liven up there. Skytree's got a green. Oh no, she's going through all the colours up at Skytree. Unfortunately, I have to look through the mic stand to see that. It comes down here. I get the big word road across my face. Something that I didn't know until I bought a mic stand, but there's more in a mic stand, and you'd think, okay, the little army thing, the little joiny thing, and the little swivelly thing, that's all. You'd understand that. But in the arm to hold it are springs that hold its weight, and they're adjusted so it's sort of neutral and whatever. But those springs make a damn noise if they're not padded properly. And I never knew that till I bought my cheap mic stand I had before this. When you're talking, the springs actually move, and they make a noise. Horrible stuff. G'day, Gordon. Yeah, they make a noise. So yeah, Rode, can't go wrong. I'm still trying to toss up whether to get the DJI mics like Rob and Cheryl have, or to go with the Australian-built ones, Rode. I think the DJI is more compatible. I have sent DJI, Rob, I sent them an email asking would they give me a set to try. They didn't reply. Too little. Got to be bigger. Anyway. Yeah, Echo time again, Nathan. Strawberry ice creams, fairy floss, Dagwood dogs. That's about it, really. I haven't been to the Echo. I don't think any of my kids have been to the Echo. They certainly have not been with me. And they're in their 30s now. That's when we got the shits with it. It was $100 to get in or something. Yeah, just really, what for? What the hell for? It's a biological warfare experiment, the Echo flu. Yeah, Rob, I think it's a well, you've got a, and I'm probably going to get a DJI camera. When I saw the performance of Cheryl's camera when she did that night walk through Brisbane under the freeway, I was shocked at how well that camera did in that low light area, and absolutely shocked at how well the mics chewed that freeway. You and I have both struggled with that freeway sound over the year. It just munched it down. It was amazing. Jaden, I think you got done. G'day, man down under. G'day, Jaden, by the way. There we go. Thanks very much. So, Tokyo, looking nice. I'm getting a bit missy, Tokyo. I want to go back soon. Michael, someday. We're looking at it. I looked at the airfares today. Holy crap, have they changed. Shibuya. Now, if we watch this long enough, we might see some Mario Karts go past. But let's wait for the lights to change. It doesn't take long. This is one of the busiest intersections in the world, if not the busiest intersection in the world. Yeah, Nathan, I've got the DJI swivel camera. It's lovely. I've had it for 4 years. It's a bit wet, everything you're not supposed to do to it, and it still goes, takes a licking and keeps on ticking, shoots really nice stuff. But in low light, it's garbage. It just breaks up. You have to move like, otherwise it just goes dunk, 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 dunk. Because I saw that one of Cheryl's the other night in that low light, which Rob doesn't shoot much in low light, and nor do I because I can't. But she was whizzing that camera around it, and it was really nice. So I'm going, hang on, that's good. And apparently the new one is even better again. It's like typical, an order of magnitude more sensitive in low light. So pretty keen to look at that. DJI, this is the 6, I think it is, the Pro 6 or something. Yeah, I've got DJI drone. One of my cameras is DJI, the other one is the 360. Here we go, the lights have changed. This is the scramble. So my Japanese friend, she knows to just walk behind me in my wake, and everyone gets out of the way. It sorts itself out. It's a bit busy. What's the time up there? It's 7 o'clock. Yeah, it's kind of busy. A lot of food in this street here. There's a lot of restaurants and stuff up there. There used to be a Starbucks here. It was awesome, but it's gone now. Yeah, I think I could. I'll tell you what, whoever's in those carts, Nathan, is bloody brave. Traffic in Tokyo is nothing to be sneezed at. To be whizzing around in a bloody go-kart wearing some stupid onesie. No, not for me. Look at the animation on that building behind it. That's pretty clever. Anyway, that is Shibuya. If you go to Tokyo, you will go to Shibuya. Somewhere down here a bit, there's a little doggy. I can't remember the name, but no, it's gone out of my head. You know, it's the Japanese version of the dog on the tucker box. That's all I remembered. Hachiko? Might be Hachiko. Could be. Another awesome place I need to get back to pretty soon. Well, we've got a pot plant in front of us now. Look at this. The Poms are big into these hanging plants, eh? They're all through London. They go, this does not happen accidentally. Somebody plans this and does it. It's lovely, absolutely lovely. Some of the pubs and that, beautiful little garden beds and things. I've got a DJI Graham, but it's a little Neo, the little Neo. And I haven't even. We got the cameraman on the road. There we go. Got to get your picture taken walking across the road every week, every hour of every day, folks. It never stops. Sydney, still the best webcam of what I don't think is a particularly great place, but it looks amazing. Look at the old toast rack here today, looking great. The dishwasher rack, and there's the colours coming off the water here, and the bridge. It's just lovely. It's not. I mean, it's artificial, obviously, but it's not deliberately done. It just is a beautiful shot. The water moving through there. It's even nicer, Rob, if there's a big tour boat in there. It really is cool. Yeah, when there's a big tour boat park. Actually, I think there is one parked there. Is that parked? Is that a boat, or is that just the wharf? Actually, I think that's just the wharf. Usually when there's a big tour boat parked in here, it's even prettier. Absolutely lovely. Trivia question, Mark. Shoot, what do you got? I know not everyone, Mum, you can't see the chat, but I can see what they're asking. So there we go. Tokyo. Sorry, Sydney. Paris. Somebody bought a shitload of nice weather for Paris, because if you guys all remember, yeah, I saw that video. I haven't watched it. Well, yeah, actually, Mark, the F-35s, Andrew, you want to tell him? It's 2 squadrons, I think. So what's that, 24? I can't remember. 72? We haven't got 72 of them, surely. We wouldn't have 72 pilots. There you go. Well, no, they've got slightly more engines than they've got aircraft, as Andrew also knows. So look at Paris. It just looks amazing. Amazing. Notre Dame, which is not that far away, but it's got a different sky. That's weird, but anyway. Live, people milling around on the stairs here. Not Notre Dame. Did I say Notre Dame? What an idiot. Montmartre. There you go, Montmartre. I get corrected. My wife can speak French. Anyone who went to school in England can speak French. She taught there. And they certainly can tell you when you say it wrong. And the boy from Cairns always says it wrong. Yeah, that's probably the smoke we're seeing over the back. I tell you that there's 52 flavours of shit in Europe at the moment on bushfires. Holy crap. Yeah, no climate change here. Perfectly normal. Everything's wonderful. So there we go. Windy today. I'd like to say it's a bit boring. Well, it is if you're up here. It's not going to be boring if you're in Tasmania or South Australia or southern New South Wales. It's going to be quite exciting. Cool, yes, you could say cool. It's 11 degrees in Melbourne at the moment on that. Hobart. The wind is blowing across Tasmania, strangely enough. Snow over pretty much all this greeny-looking area here. Bits and pieces, depending how high you are. And, yeah, up here, doldrums. We've got pressure. You got 1,022 here and 1,022 here. Over what is probably 2,000 kilometres, there is zero pressure drop. So the wind's just going to do its thing, whatever it wants to do. Well, there you go, Mark. I don't know. Andrew, how many we got? Andrew should know. He was in the Air Force. Oh, look at that. So was I. When I was in the Air Force, the F-35 was science fiction. It was not a thing that could exist back then. F-111 did. So there we are. Those up north, you might get a few of the old southeasterly showers. Maybe. I don't think we're going to see much here. It's so unstable, anything could happen. You're not going to see rain or anything like that. But you might get wet. You might get the concrete, your driveway wet. That's about it. At some stage, it's going to be cold. I guarantee you that. Well, cold for Queenslanders. There we go. And what's going to happen? Well, another one of these, which is just here, is going to march in here, and we're going to get more of the same. Eka. Westerlies. Maybe. We'll see. The one you've all been waiting for. Let's get the interaction going here. We've got a bit to do on this one today. Now, not much happening in Australia. Nothing like what it was a few weeks ago. A little one in the Northern Territory, little one off the coast of Sydney. That's almost certainly a sediment slide on the continental shelf. Yeah, why not? Oh, you should, Rob. You should. Well, it's on 10 days. It's very, very, 7 or 8 days. It's very difficult for it to be shit the whole time. If you pick a day like People's Day, that could be a crappy day. You don't know. Another little one in Western New South Wales. I think this might be mining induced, again, around one of the big coal mines. The Southwest Seismic Zone in Western Australia is doing its thing. I don't know what this is. It's on the edge. A little tiny one. This is 2.7. This is not even going to, this won't even shake your crockery. However, it's not like that everywhere. So the poor guys in the Philippines, which we've been looking at for a few months now, are getting absolutely smacked yet again. There is not a day goes by they don't have a fairly decent earthquake there. But that's not where the big story is. The big story is in southern Japan, in a place called Kumamoto. Big town, big castle there. This is a big earthquake. This is, well, they're saying 7.1 on the news. I don't think it is. I think it's going to be top end of 6. But, it's going to, if you're on top of it, it's going to go off. And within 40 minutes, these two went off 5 minutes apart from each other. And these guys are 5. So these are big earthquakes, both of them. This is probably what generated the tsunami warning. Now, just to give you some context in this area, this is a fairly interesting area. This is the Unzen volcano. This is a really dangerous volcano, this thing here. This has killed a lot of people. Over here we have a town called Nagasaki, which I'm sure you've all heard of. Nagasaki is a gorgeous town. If you ever get it, people go there for the wrong reasons. I went there for the wrong reasons. Of course I went there because I wanted to see the atomic weapon peace park and all of the war memorabilia about the atomic blast. But when I got there, I didn't realize it's such a beautiful town. Just such a beautiful town. 72's right, is it, Andrew? There you go. Hope we've got enough bombs for more than one on each plane. I know we have. When they did that Operation Blowdown up in the Lockhart River, and you'll hear a little bit about that in the amber video, because where they're finding all this amber is not very far from there. 50 tons of TNT. Well, they didn't have 50 tons of TNT. So they melted it out of artillery shells and bombs from World War II. They had lying around, just melted it out. They put it into tins, as in like jam tins, stacked it all up, blew the crap out of it. I've done a video on it, Operation Blowdown. When Cam made it the channel, all around good egg, becoming very much a Brisbane urban explorer, I've noticed lately, which is great. I love watching his videos. Cam did one on the ammonium nitrate truck that blew up in Western Queensland. It was a huge video. It's 140,000 views or something. And he said probably the biggest explosion in Queensland's history, and absolutely correct. Probably the biggest unintentional explosion, because this 50 tons of TNT up north was to simulate a nuclear weapon going off. And did it? Yeah, I suppose so. You can still see the scar in the ground up there 50 years later. There we go. So in this part of Japan, some interesting things. There's a town down here called Kagoshima. In the middle of it, there is a massive volcano called Sakurajima. Kagoshima, and this is called, Michael, what's it called? Yeah, it's got another name. Sakurajima is the island. Sorry, it's not the volcano, but the island is a volcano, as you can see. And this thing goes off all the time. A massive volcano here, and it is, like from here to Morton Island, Stradbroke Island. From here to Stradbroke Island, from a massive city. Just insane. Anyway, that's the way it goes. I don't know any better. There we go. What do we got there? Yeah, 77, 75 and 2OCU, eh? We're at 2OCU now. Are they still in Perth? They used to be in Perth, I thought. 2OCU. I don't remember. Just reading. Yeah. Mark, I'm not completely sure those types of analogies are helpful. They might be correct. I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know how to calculate that. But I'm not sure they're helpful. One of the things about the oceans that you don't hear talked about enough is that if we warm the oceans up, and we're going to, we are. You can measure it. It's not a matter of faith anymore. The ocean measurements we do, and we're talking fractions of a degree, 0.7, 0.5 average. The problem is when you heat up water, it gets bigger. It expands. Wonder what that does, eh? I said 2OCU's down in Williamtown, Brian. There you go. Down in Williamtown. When I was in Williamtown, they had mirages. So there you go. I was only visiting. I wasn't posted there. Because you got posted to Mirage, you had to go to Malaysia, and I didn't want to go to Malaysia. There you go, Al Gore. No, you might be right. Wouldn't know. It's not good. Let me tell you that. I've been reading all this super El Nino thing, and I'm not in any way trying to put it down, but no one seems to be able to say, this is what it's going to do to Australia, which I really want to know. More bushfires, less bushfires. More cyclones, less cyclones. Cyclones down south? Well, we know from this channel, because we used to watch it. I don't watch it in winter because there's not much to see. But I watch the water temperatures off the coast because cyclones track on warm water. And if you don't have warm water, you're not going to get a cyclone. It'll break apart. And if we get warm water down here and down Sydney, which has happened, we'll get cyclones tracking down here. So there we go. Japan, Japan, the poor buggers have been smacked again. And I would suggest this is not over yet. Watch this over the next few days. There's going to be a lot more red dots here. A red dot doesn't mean big, by the way. A red dot means recent. They change in colour as they get older. They change in diameter as they become larger and smaller. So this just means this happened. It happened today. It's on the news. I tried to get some of the footage, but it was all garbage. I didn't like it. So anyway, there we go. That's earthquakes. Let's get rid of that. We'll leave that there. Yeah, let's leave that there. That's all right. We've got bad carbs, good carbs. Yeah, let's wait and see, Temp. Let's wait and see. Definitely good carbs. Set up polished. SUs, 4 SUs. Looks like a Mini to me. Vastly overcarbureted, but even so, what the hell? You don't know what size jets are in them. You don't know. Yeah, Karen, look, I mean, North Queensland, you would think there's been so many cyclones go through North Queensland. You would think that every building that can be blown over has been blown over, but that is just not the case. Tell us about the shirt, mate. Oh, it's a hoodie I bought a couple of winters ago, but I keep forgetting to wear it because, bit of a nong. It's a bit, a lot of people would say that's the Australian flag. Well, it isn't, because this hoodie was made in China, and the definition of an Australian flag is it's Australian, not Chinese copy of Australian. So this is not an Australian flag, but it looks like an Australian flag. And it's really warm. It's really nice, and it's quite large, so you can wear it over things. I like it. It's very rarely cold enough here to wear stuff like this. This unit I live in is an absolute igloo. It's just solid concrete walls. Temperature doesn't change here much. I unplugged the weather station. I've got to plug it back in. Hey, Darth Banana Vendor. Yes, I agree, mate. Ported and polished carbs. I completely agree. I'm on your side, mate. Don't worry about that. And that shit on top, I don't eat. I did. That's how you get to be this size. But I don't eat it. I haven't eaten it for years because it is this momentary, gee, that made me feel good. And for the next hour, you feel like glug. My wife bought those lovely English biscuits, gone out of my head, like hobnobs, those things, made out of wheat. And I love them. They're really nice. But my God, 2 or 3 hours after I eat them, you just feel like crap. My hands hurt. My joints hurt. My wrist hurts. I've done quite a bit of damage to my wrist firing metal silhouette pistol over the years and using impact tools. And it's okay. But if you start eating stupid food that makes all your joints swell up, it's a bad plan. Hey, Aid, good to see you, mate. Oh, it's not too cool out there for you tonight. Low carbs, no carbs. There we go. I promise I'll do some more of these. We've run through them twice now. That's definitely low carb. And that's definitely no carbs. Velocity stacks on a little V8 sitting in I don't know, tea bucket. Hard to say. Nice installation, though. That's for sure. Digestives. You got it. You got it, Rob. That's them. The ones with the dark chocolate on top of them. Don't mind those. Ian, you're absolutely right. I stopped eating. I know, they're probably sacking their staff now. I used to eat twice a week. I would have some form of KFC, not chicken. I don't eat their chicken, but I eat like wings or a wrap from KFC. And it was just making me feel worse. Yeah, we have the ones with dark chocolate on them, Karen. Good stuff. I stopped eating it 2 weeks ago, and I can feel the difference. I can feel the difference in my pocket. That stuff's expensive, but even so, I feel the difference. I make my lunch now, usually an omelette or savoury mince or something, take it to work. Done. So there we go. Low carbs, no carbs. So what are we going to do next? Well, we're going to have a brief look at the Geology Walk of Brisbane. So I was trying to think of a name for this walk. Yeah, you got to have a name now. You got to have branding. Well, Ian, I lost 38 kilos on a ketogenic diet about 3 years ago. When I got back from the United States, I was 178 kilos, which I'm not now. But I was a big boy. And I dropped 30-something kilos. I think about 35 kilos in 6 months by just stopping eating garbage. And I'd come back from the United States, and believe me, I had a lot of garbage in the United States. But yes, it's the problem with KFC is they cook it in a hyaluronic canola oil. Canola oil's bad anyway, but the hyaluronic canola oil's even worse. For your joints. Thanks, bad food. If you're starving and that's all you can get, it's wonderful stuff. It really is. And the spicy wings and stuff, I love that stuff. And it's convenient. And it's like 200 meters from where I work. So although it's not cheap, it's cheaper than some of the other options. You can go and pay $20 for a salad that's full of grit from Zone Fresh or something like that. Yeah. There's my problem, Darth. You got me, Gov. No, I agree with you, man. I agree with you. Especially you get older. It's really tough. So we're going to have a look at this walking through Brisbane thing. So I thought, we'll think of a name for it. So I thought I'd do Brisbane, harden the F up. But apparently my wife thinks that's not going to work. So we've done Brisbane between a rock and a hard place is what we'll probably run with. If it needs a name. I've only got one. You don't have to name it if there's only one, but there may be others. We may do another one in another direction at some stage. So, I mean, in the long-term goal is to actually, advertise these and people say, you want to come along, give me some silver. Unfortunately, you can't do them for free because as Rob knows, you got to buy insurance. Wow, that's terrible, mate. Yeah, well, if you've got gallbladder congestion, consuming fatty foods without taking bile salts with it is going to cause you grief. There's no question of that. I'm not completely sure the whole problem with gallbladder congestion in modern, and it is a modern thing because everyone gets it, is because we eat a lot of carbohydrates and the bile salts stay too long in the bladder and they crystallize out and they form a little, gallstones. My family has a history of, not me, but the family does. So we're going to have a quick look. I'm going to turn me off for a bit here because I want to show you some of the, give you a bit more room on the screen. Get rid of the fat man. Hang on, there we go. This is Google Maps, just good old plain vanilla Google Maps. And we're going to interact with it. And we're going to use Peter the Pointer. So I think those of you from Brisbane will recognise where this is. Story Bridge, Kangaroo Point, Petrie Bight, which is this area here, now known better as the something Wharves, Howard Smith Wharves or something. It's Petrie Bight is what it was called traditionally. And this is where we're going to start our little soiree. So let's just zoom in. This is Google Earth in 3D mode, so you can do all that sort of stuff. And where I think we will start our, if you hover over any of this stuff, it's just going to bring you out ads and stuff. So where I think we'll start our soiree is in fact here, because I think everyone can get to that. This is the ferry terminal, obviously, at the Howard Smith Wharves. And it just happens to be in front of an absolute crapload of Brisbane's geology just laid open along here. So the plan is something pretty interesting here. We'll have a quick walk up to this end briefly, because at this point here under the Story Bridge, the Brisbane Tuff meets the shales that Brisbane's laying on right here. There's actually a geocline down through there. On the maps, it's marked as being under the bridge. That's bullshit. It's not. It's here. And you can see it. You can go, well, you probably touch it. Not too sure if you can bring your detector, man. Just look it over your shoulder. Not sure how much they'll like your shovel, but anyway, give it a go. So we'll have a look at those rocks in here and the Brisbane Tuff and the difference. And along here, there's also some air raid shelters from World War II that have been uncovered. You can see those. They call them pipe shelters. They run along here. So we'll have a look at that, and we can see some of the tuff exposed here. I think what we're going to do is we're going to walk along here, and we're going to go up in these elevators, and we'll all meet back up the top, so we don't have to walk up and down too many hills. Steve, if you want to come. I'm not too good with hills anymore either. But as we do this, when you go up in these elevators, you can see the layers in all the tuff here, and there are horizons. There are beaches. There's gravel. It's worth looking at. There's 220 million years here, 400 million years here. Big numbers, big numbers. Then we're going to have a walk along the top here. And when we're walking along the top here, we'll, of course, be looking across at the Kangaroo Point area, and we'll look at that as well. That should be fun. Once we get up to here, which is not that far, I'll just move our little map along a bit. We're actually going to walk under the bridge because it's fun. And you can see a lot more of the exposed construction of the bridge. Walk through here. We're going to walk around to, spin you around a bit here, because I'd really like us all to have a good look at this wall. This All Hallows tuff wall through here is just amazing. And it's been built, it's probably one of the larger tuff walls in Brisbane. And it's just lovely to look at. It really is. And we will walk along here a little, nice little area here, and we'll spin around and we'll have a look at what is Cathedral Place, which is kindly put its name up there, which is where the Brisbane Cathedral was going to be. And we'll get introduced here to a bloke called Reverend Duhigg, Archbishop Duhigg, as he became. Yeah, the Bradfield Highway just goes across the Story Bridge. You're absolutely right. I should write that down. As you can see, this tuff wall runs along here, It is quite amazing to look at. And there's a little bit of the native rock visible up in here where they built this little gatehouse. So we're looking at various types of stone used. But this tour is not just about the rocks in situ, it's also about building stone, where I can identify it. And Nathan, we will definitely be talking about Benedict stone. We're going to see some of it very soon. So there we are. We're going to walk along here because you can. This building on the corner, this building here used to be the headquarters of the Carlton United Brewery in Brisbane. Still there. And when I was a little nipper here going to Kindy down in the valley, the brewery itself was just over the road, and I could still smell the hops. It just is a very calming effect on me. So does the beer, but the hops mainly, of course. Going down through Mantra here, we'll navigate our way through this damn intersection here, which is a bit interesting. And we'll come up to, of course, Rob, you know where we're going. Let's go in here and look back. Get a better look at St. John's complex here. This place is also all built out of Brisbane tuff, so we can go up and touch it and have a look at it. Some amazing stuff. G'day, g'day, CJ. CJ, good on you, mate. We're talking about, I haven't forgotten you. I know you want to come. I know. So, and we should be able to just nip around the back, depending on what's on for the day, and have a look at the rectory. It's just tucked around the back here. I'll stop doing that. Anyway, the rectory's back here, and this is where Queensland was, in fact, created, as you know, if you watch Rob's videos. We're going to come back out of there. We're going to walk down this laneway here, this little laneway called Clark Lane. This goes down here. This would have one of the oldest, g'day Steve, oldest tuff walls in Brisbane, and it's very well eroded, and it's full of xenolites, inclusions, and whatever. So it's just going to be fun having a look at that. Every time I go to town, I look at that. Across the road, sorry about the bloody buildings getting away, aren't they? Across the road into Adelaide Street. We're actually going to drop onto the street view here. Boink, in Adelaide Street. Oh, I've gotten lost. I went the wrong way. Hang on. Sorry, peeps. I've never done this before. So we'll come out of here. This is Clark Lane. And it's interesting. This corner's quite interesting because this corner was where Petrie had his workshops, as in Andrew Petrie. There we go. Across the road over to here. Go away. Oh, I hate this thing. Over to the other side of the road here. This wall here shows quite a lot of Brisbane's geology back here. Why can't I go over there? This is unusual in Brisbane. This is a rock called Aronite. It's a clay. And it is, you can see there's shale on top of it here. Then there's Aronite trapped all through here. And there's also shale breaking in further down here. So it's worth to look at. It's also very deformed. So we can see the forces in Brisbane. I keep clicking on the wrong screen because I'm an idiot. And that, get out of there. We can't see it anymore, Rob, that building from down here. Can you see it? Sort of. Anyway, the rectory's up here. This is where Queensland was created. You can see all the shale here. It's pretty interesting. Unfortunately, when I was a kid, you used to be able to walk over here. There was a little path on top of here, but it's all been chained off. I think mainly because bits of rock keep falling out of this wall and it'd be quite dangerous. So then let's go back up. Boom, let's get out of street view. Oh no, it's a bit spacey. Sorry about that. We're in Adelaide Street, as you can see. I was going to take them down, Rob, and show them the wall in the Edison Lane. We'll see. That might be closed by then. We're going to go up Wolf Street because we're then going to drop in and have a look at this. Oh, tell you people, this absolutely amazing little church. And not because it's a church. We're going to look at it because it's got, again, made from Brisbane tuff. It's also got some Brisbane sandstone in it that's quite unusual. And at the front of this, if we can get in on the day, I hope we can, stick our head through the door. This church has got hammer beams in it. Now, you know, I don't know of any other church in Brisbane that's full of hammer beams like this one. It's a beautiful little church. My favourite church in Brisbane, bar none. All those great big churches, they leave me cold. Right. From here, we don't have far to go. Oh, no, let me get out of the city view. We're just going to go over here because we've got to nip down into Ann Street. This church here on the corner, which is not made of stone and is, I would say, arguably one of the ugliest churches in Brisbane, which is that one there. But just on the other side of it here, you have a place called Hutton Lane, named after a geologist. No, it's not. But this building here, we talked before about Benedict stone. This building here is all made out of Benedict stone. So this is all artificial stone that was made in the valley at the Benedict stone plant that later became a torpedo factory in World War II. And there's a couple of other buildings in Brisbane made out of Benedict stone. Then we're going to whiz up into Central up here. And from up here, we can look down at the big cutting in Central where you can see all the rocks and the shales exposed. Oh, I tell you, guys, I tell you. Anyway, then we're going to finish looking at the sandstone, the beautiful Helidon sandstone here. We go down to the mall. Let me get out of here. We've got to go to the mall purely because I'm trying to keep this all going downhill if we can. You know, oh, lazy bugger. Down here. And once we get into the mall itself, the stone you're walking on this mall, in the mall, is 1.2 billion years old. This is from up around Mount Isa. We'll go through the mall. And we'll spend a little bit of time just looking at the stone around City Hall because a lot of this stone came from Brisbane, especially the granodiorites and whatever. And that's about it. That should kill Rob about 90 minutes. Depends how many times I'll have to stop and sit down. No cheat codes for you, Steve. That's the first time I've streamed Google Earth and manipulated it live. I hope I left the mic on. I did. Oh, thank goodness for that. So there you go. So the first one of these, of course, I'm going to do for free. Or just a bunch of us can meet up. We'll get there. Haven't set a date yet, but I'm working on it. I think I'll still need the public liability insurance, Rob, so I might just buy it anyway. And then we'll go from there. Is there a pub involved in this work? Oh, many pubs. Many pubs. But towards the end, if we do it at the beginning, we won't remember why we were doing it. Depends who shows up. Yeah, well, ADIC came through Walkers in Toowoomba. Walkers provided it all from a company in Townsville that mined it in Mount Isa. And it was cutted by Walkers in Toowoomba, flamer bladed, which it is. That's why it's not slippery. It's a great stone. Now, this shit in King George Square here, which we just happen to still have on the screen, this crap, this all came from India. Somehow the Campbell Newman, the Lord Mayor Garden Gnome, decided that this was best to come from India. And you'll find a lot of stone now comes from China. No, there should be a law against it. Perfectly good stone here. Australia's made out of rock, strangely enough. Yeah, Campbell Newman, of course. The supercharger. When I first met him, it was at Indooroopilly. He was there doing some, I think he was wanting to become Lord Mayor. He's having the big wah, wah, wah. And I thought he was standing in a hole. I didn't realise how short he was. He comes out talking about me, about here on me. Anyway, I'm sure he's very nice to his cat. I'm sure he is. I wouldn't know. I know one thing, when he started agreeing that Victoria park should be saved. I'm going, hang on a minute, I better think about this. I might have missed something here. Not really. Yeah, like we don't have any rocks in Australia. No, none. No, apparently not. Don't know. There's a reason. A mate of mine is a sculptor, and he buys marble from Italy, Carrara marble from Italy, cheaper than he can buy it from Mareeba. Beautiful red marble in Mareeba. There's marble down here in up on the Darling Downs, but the stuff from Carrara in Italy is cheaper, and it is really nice to work. He likes it, so there you go. Yeah, Steve. It's the way of the world. I was reading an article in the newspaper, I think it was today, that the Chinese have got this army of robots going to come and take our jobs. Well, you know something? Every one of those jobs will be given away by an Australian businessman. Guarantee it. You know, we talk about, you hear this in the press all the time. Oh, the CFMEU this, the CFMEU that. And they're probably a bunch of dirtbags. I don't have any doubt there's some nasty people in that business. But if you add up all the money that the CFMEU is supposed to have knocked off, it's about 50 billion billion in Victoria. 20 billion if you listen to Jared in Queensland. $20 billion. Well, there's only 111,000 members of the CEU in Australia, 30,000 in Victoria. And that's nearly 10% of Australia's GDP. I'm going, some of these people must be living in gold-plated houses somewhere. I'll tell you who's living in gold-plated houses is the developers. We'll see. I don't know the answer. Yeah. Oh, don't get me wrong, man. These guys are not, I'll say choir boys, but that's not really a good thing either. Anyway, it's just, the trouble is when they bullshit so bad, no one believes them. Oh, 50 billion, 20 billion. Oh, really? And that was the CFMU? And then you see these dudes standing in front, LNP in Queensland are very good at this, standing in front of a new hospital, standing in front of Toowoomba, new hospital in Ipswich, new hospital here, new hospital there. And we did this. Actually, no, you didn't. Most of the guys working on there work for the CFMEU. Good luck building the Olympics without them. Good luck. That's all I can say. Not say it's right or wrong. It just doesn't sound right to me. Rightio. So that was the geology tour of Brisbane called Between a Rock and a Hard Place. And I hopefully do. I hope that works out and people like it. Anyway, I've got a list of the people who said they want to come on the first one, and I'll certainly let you all know. You got to find me first, Steve. Even if you address it doesn't help them. Domino's can't find my flat, and they know the address. Amazon can't find my flat, and they know the address. Yeah, I wouldn't worry about it. Well, I used to. We don't really eat pizza here for reasons we discussed previously, but every now and then the kids will all come over one night. Hi, Bonnie. Yeah, I remember, Bonnie. We'll do this. The kids will come over, turn up, dinner time. What's for tea? So we'll just get some pizzas, right? If the guy can find my unit and tap on the door, I'll give him a $5. And I don't tip them on the thing because they'll leave them up on the road. They will leave them in front of the building on the footpath. Stack the pizzas up and rack off. So no money for you. Rightio, what's coming up next? It's that time. Well, how's that time going? Oh, my God. Ming, 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 ming. Gone too long. We'll get there. Rightio, time for me to disappear briefly. And we've got to bring up Pat. Pat McCormack, Golden Rage of Television. Awesome guy. So there we go. Bring the camera back. Camera back. Now, what are we looking at this evening? Well, Eric sent us these images. And that one looks a bit weird. But I assure you, that's Galena. I assure you that's Galena. I hope I'm not wrong. That's right, Steve. I'd probably have to come and guide you in. You're not the only one. I've got mates come here. They come here once every 6 months or so. They'll ring me from the car park. Oh, I forgot which way to go again. Happens. So this is a piece of, I think this is a piece of galena in a quartz matrix. Come on. Sorry, the point is being obstinate. Quartz around the side here, a few veins of galena and some here. I could be wrong, but it looks like galena to me, which is a silver lead ore. Usually more lead than silver. That's the way it goes. And a few other herbs and spices. This looks like it's got pyrites in it as well. So it might have a bit of iron or copper. These minerals do travel together. So you can see there's a bit of quartz down here. Shadow under there. These are nice photos, Eric, by the way. Really nice photos. Nice close-up here. You see this was shot on a Samsung. They did a really good job. These macros doing a good job. You see the quartz here in the matrix. A bit of bleed through here. And you can see the lead or silver shining through here, which I'm sure that's what it is. I'm sure that's what it is. Now, this is the ore, by the way, they got out of the Indooroopilly mine, galena. It's just like this. Quartz here. Really nice close-up of this ore. This goldy-looking stuff here, I think, is pyrites, which probably formed in cracks in between the galena. The galena is also hydrothermal, but obviously a very different chemistry. And that's a good-looking piece there. Again, quartz, galena on top. There are other minerals that look like this, but I'm pretty sure galena is fairly common. They found it in a dude's backyard at Indooroopilly, which is why the mine was put there. Yeah, flint and quartz don't really travel together, Steve. Flint is made in chalk. Flint is a type of chert that's made in chalk, which is why the English Stone Age pretty much existed with flint. Unbelievably sharp and lots of it, like absolutely thousands of tons of it still there. In Australia, the native people here didn't do too well with flint because we don't have a lot of chalk on this side of the country. There's quite a bit in Western Australia and the flint nodules, but chert, which is nearly as good, although flint's better. Chert is lots of chert around, that's for sure. A piece of an asteroid. Could be a piece of Skylab, Steve. You never know. Been here a while. Another nice shot. There we go. Quartz. You can see the light bleeding into the quartz veins. And here it is on top. And that, I'm sure, is probably pyrites. The reason it doesn't look like gold is it doesn't look like gold. Gold under any light is pretty much gold. Whereas pyrites will change colour depending on the light you throw. A lot of guys will throw UV onto... Yeah, you can, mate. You certainly can. I don't want to call them sulfides. A bit too technical. I'm trying to be technical here. Right, that's what's coming next. So, that's Sherrock Stones for this week. Any questions, peeps? Yeah, look, I picked up some nice rocks in Canada when I was there, but you can't bring them back. Oh, no. You get caught with samples, undeclared samples in your luggage coming back from overseas. Naughty. Some amazing stone around Niagara. They call it armour stone. It's a really heavily metamorphosed limestone, and this stuff is hard. It's not marble. It's just really hard. I picked a few pieces up that had exfoliated off one of the faces there, and I went, oh, I can't take it back. I'll end up in jail. Hey, Esther. Yes, you know what's coming next. That was your foot. Sorry. It's coming. Chert gold. Yeah, go for it, Steve. There we go. Well, folks, I'm going to take that down. I'm going to put the chat back up because I can hear Mum yelling at the screen now. I thought that was what I moved before. So there we go. I think we've had a good night. 9 o'clock. God, that's gone quick. That was that walking around Brisbane does that. It really takes it out of you. I didn't make a coffee tonight. I forgot. Anyway, we'll get one going. Yeah, green stuff. You're not allowed to do that, is there? But anyway, I see nothing. I see nothing. Nothing. I was astounded at how much jade they find in those South Island rivers in New Zealand. Some of them, I think one jade boulder they found is the size of a car. These enormous things. Yeah, Karen, look, just send them up to that email address. I'm always looking for things, interesting stuff. They were lovely photos, by the way. Really spot on. Nice in focus. Not like the ones Steve sent me. No, Steve didn't send me any. I took them myself when I was at his place. Yeah, we got, I'll be using some of those amber shots in the video, Steve. It's going long, actually. This video, it's always going long. They always go long. Not to worry. So, coming out tonight, we've got, of course, the incomparable Esther Hunter with one of her audio diaries. And after that, we got some headbanging stuff. So, Mum, after Esther, you can go make a cup of tea. And after that, we've got a little bit of headbanging because I feel like it. I'm going to go make a coffee while it's on. I'll liven up the audio because once I kill the mic, I can bring the audio on. And next week's peeps, I think I've been asked a few times how I produce my videos and how I produce these live streams. Next week, I think we'll talk about it. The method champenois, from the photography through to the scripting. Yes, Rob, I do scripts nowadays. I don't always read them, but I do write them. It's a mental thing, gets things in line. So what we'll do is we'll head out with some music. And thank you all for showing up tonight. It's been a great evening. I haven't been looking at the stats, actually. How have the stats been going? Oh, yeah, about the same. Great stuff. And remember, the world really is wonderful. You already know that. And you all got to keep rocking. Because this T-Rocks, this one here wearing this Air Force thing, is out of here. Night all.
Let's see, day after day, everything goes away. Let's see, if after more time we'll be feeling fine. 'Cause I see my baby and me. Peeling carrots by the sink of dirty dishes. Let's see if your legs and mine will ever truly align. Let's see if we can agree what life our children will be. 'Cause I need to be fully assured that I won't
I wanna know what said you got a mouth. Oh, could you use it against me? Honestly, not a good night. Did you know? I'm on your own, but only just started. It's red and gold. Holding on, you're holding on tightly. You bite your tongue. I'm just starting, and you are the one. No one, I want more. I wanna feel what you made of. I'm just starting to feel what you made of. I'm just starting to feel what you made of. Oh, I'm just starting to feel what you made of. Oh, I'm just starting. My heart, what you think about me? I gotta know you're so wonderful. Gotta tell you now. Oh, what was that obscenity? Is it a sin and I get that? Did you know? I'm running over, only just starting. It's red and gold. Holding on, you're holding on tightly. And you bite your tongue. I'm just starting, and you are the one. No one, I want more. I wanna feel what you made of. I'm just starting to feel what you made of. I'm just starting to feel what you made of. Oh, I'm just starting to feel what you made of. Oh, I'm just starting. You bite your tongue. But mine is too busy. I'm overboard. I'm drowning in your velvet sea. So say